everybody, this is Matthew Movies coming at you with my review of Shimmer Lake, the 2017 Netflix original that I think is one of the best movies I've seen this year, bar none. For sure, it'd be right up there. It might be in my top 10 list of the year. I wouldn't even say might. It's going to be in my top 10 list of the year because I like this movie that much. I watched this movie for the first time a little bit over a week ago. It was suggested to me by a good buddy of mine by the name of Franklin F.M. McGinnis, a gentleman who I've done several collaborations with on my channel, and just a guy with a taste that's impeccable. So when he let me know what this movie was, I knew I had to go check it out, and man, am I happy I watched it. Like I said, I watched it for the first time a little bit over a week ago, and I've now seen it 3 times. And you may think that's crazy, but there's a reason for that. First off, I watched it for the first time because, that's what you do when you watch a movie. Second off, I checked it out again because I wanted to see how all the pieces fit together. And a third time, I watched it because I wanted to show it to somebody who I love and who I wanted to see this awesome, awesome movie. Now, you may be wondering to yourself, why did I need to check this movie out to see how everything fit together? And that's because this movie is told in a little bit of a unique fashion. It's not the first time I've seen a movie like this. There's a movie called Memento that is told in a similar way. Basically, it's told in reverse order to a degree. Now, in this film, it takes place between a Tuesday and a Friday, and you get dropped into Friday, and then you watch Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. So as you're watching the movie, you're kind of scrambling to figure out what's going on around you, and by the time the movie's over, everything has definitely been shown to you and been explained, but while you're watching it, you're trying to figure it out. You're trying to unravel this mystery, and then once the movie is over, you'll be so happy with what you unearthed because it was such a cool and interesting story, and you know it'll keep you guessing throughout, and it's just very, very well told. And if this movie was told in regular order, it would be half as remarkable, but because of the way in which they put this movie together, it just absolutely blows me away. And basically, this movie is a crime drama, like I mentioned, and you are put in this world where there's been a crime, and there's been 3 gentlemen who are accused of that, and one of the people involved has a brother who's the police chief, and he's trying to track them down and capture them, and the movie just kind of goes from there, and you get thrust into hearing all these names. You don't know what's going on, but you quickly figure it out. And this movie is really, really, really great. And one of the reasons why I say that is because I think this cast was phenomenal, and there are some recognizable names for sure, or at least recognizable faces, but the 2 of the best performances are by people that you may not know. There's first a character by the name of Ezekiel. He's played by a gentleman by the name of Benjamin Walker, who I didn't really know from anything. I recognized his face a little bit, but I couldn't quite place it, and I looked it up afterwards, and the only major role that people know him for is being the guy who played Abraham Lincoln in Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, but this is the movie people should know him for. He's the cop. He's the guy trying to figure everything out. He is the smartest guy in every room that he walks in, and he just plays the character to the nines. There's this energy to the way he plays it where he's kind of got this look on his face where he's viewing everybody around him with almost a little bit of a level of disgust, but he also cares about a lot of these people, and he's going to do what he thinks is best. And he has a very strict code. When his brother gets involved in this thing, he's not going to try to get him out of it by any stretch of the imagination. And the character is just very, very interesting to see, and his views on the world, and at the same time he's doing all these things where he's in the midst of trying to hunt down his own brother. He's also kind of playing tricks on his partner and consistently making him sit in the back seat of their car. And there's just all this stuff wrapped up in him, which I thought was absolutely phenomenal. And you have another character by an actress that you may not recognize by the name of Stephanie Sigmund. And for me, I knew her best from the first 2 seasons of Narcos, where she was also phenomenal. And I thought she just gave such a great performance. You have so many moments where you're not really sure where she's coming from, why she's doing the things she's doing, and when the whole thing comes together and you figure it all out, she just did so good in this movie. I absolutely loved watching her work, and she again is one of the major reasons why this movie works. You also have, like I said, the brother who is involved in the crime, who's played by Rainn Wilson of The Office fame, and he plays a really good screw up. He's a character that is really the antithesis of Dwight from The Office, and he just plays it to the nines. And you have no mercy for him, or no feeling of regret for the situation he's got himself in. He's very, very foolish with his choices, but the way the character is played, you can very much watch him and almost root for him in moments because of the charisma of Rainn Wilson, and also the lack of charisma, if that makes any sense, because he is such a goofy guy and he's so angry and very, like he's snapping on people left, right, and center because he's just put himself under such an extreme situation, and it was very, very, very well written and very well performed, and one of the reasons why this movie works. And then you have a character played by John Michael Higgins. He plays this judge in the city, and people will know him from movies like Pitch Perfect and that kind of ilk. He's much more of a comedic actor, but he does a phenomenal job in this movie. And they also introduce a lover of his who has this moment where he's screaming, and there's a character who's gay. So if you can't handle that, then this movie isn't for you. But he has his lover is screaming, and it's just hysterical. This movie, don't get me wrong, is very, very ominous and dark in moments, but there's also a lot of levity through it, which really, really makes it a much more appealing film as well. And John Michael Higgins, I thought, did a great job. He plays his character fantastically. He's nervous throughout. I mean, I really think that everybody in this movie knocked it out of the park. I'd say one of the lesser performances is a character that plays a guy named Ed Burton, and he's played by an actor by the name of Wyatt Russell, who I've seen in multiple things, and after watching this movie I checked it out, and I had no idea he was the son of Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn, and I thought that was really cool. He looks a whole lot like his dad. I thought he played his character pretty great, but his character was written in a way that it feels like any actor could have played him. It almost feels like it would almost be advantageous for a bad actor to be playing him, and I thought that was kind of interesting. I didn't love his character, but I also thought that his role in the story was pitch perfect. And it's funny because I ended up watching him in another movie this week where I really liked him as well, so I might be completely wrong about his acting skills, and I look forward to seeing him more in the future. And then you have Ron Livingston and Rob Corddry, a couple FBI agents that come in, and they're a couple bumbling idiots for the most part, and their interactions in the film add a lot of levity to it as well, and really, really make the movie work to a large degree. You have a character by the name of Chris who is not very intelligent, and everybody kind of looks down on him, and he gets upset when people look down on him, and you feel bad for him, and he's wrapped up in the whole thing, and that's great. And finally, you have the only other character that I think really deserves to be mentioned is Zeke's partner, who's played by Adam Pally from Happy Endings, who does great. I mean, this movie I just thought was just so good, and people need to check it out. Like I said, there's so many compelling characters. The plot's awesome. I just love this movie. So those are my thoughts on Shimmer Lake. Please check it out if you are somebody who this sounds appealing to in any way, shape, or form, because I'd love to talk to more people about this. And speaking of which, please let me know in the comments below if you plan to watch it, or if you have watched it, or whatever. Other than that, please hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, hit that share button. That way you'll let people know this video is out, and you can find out when I put out new videos and come and join the conversation. Other than that, have yourself a good day.